Welcome to Elevate and Thrive, where your mindset evolves. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a seed planted in the soil of your future. Every thought, every decision, every routine. These are the building blocks of the life you will lead. Habits are not just simple behaviors repeated over time. They are the forces that sculpt the framework of your destiny. You might think that what you do today is insignificant, that skipping the gym, scrolling your phone for hours, or choosing the easy path has no lasting impact, but that is an illusion. The truth is that life is the sum of tiny choices made consistently. Each bad habit is a silent architect of limitation, each good habit a foundation of power. The person you become tomorrow is being written today in the quiet repetition of your actions. Habits are invisible, but their effects are monumental. They shape your character, your mindset, your energy, your focus, and ultimately your results. When you wake up and start your day with purpose, with intentional actions aligned to your goals, you are telling the universe and yourself that your life matters, that you are committed to building something extraordinary. When you fall into patterns of procrastination, distraction, or self-indulgence, you are, without realizing it, constructing a life of mediocrity, a life where your dreams fade and your potential is wasted. The problem is subtle, almost imperceptible. Bad habits work quietly like termites in the wooden structure of your ambition, gnawing at the foundation until collapse seems inevitable. Every habit compounds. Just as money multiplies through compound interest, habits multiply their effects over time. 1 hour spent learning, one disciplined choice, one action that aligns with your vision may seem insignificant today, but its power grows exponentially. Conversely, 1 hour wasted, one repeated action that drifts from your purpose. One surrender to comfort chips away at your future in ways you may not notice until years later. This is why the greatest difference between extraordinary people and ordinary people is rarely talent or luck. It is consistent, deliberate habits that accumulate to create massive results. Habits determine how you use your time, how you respond to challenges, how you grow mentally, physically, and emotionally. Every habit is a vote for the person you will become. Your environment can influence your habits, but ultimately you are responsible. Every habit begins with a choice. You choose what you feed your mind. You choose what you allow to occupy your time. You choose whether to embrace discipline or surrender to comfort. Choosing to rise early, to read, to exercise, to plan, to focus, to push through discomfort, to practice patience and resilience. These are the habits that shape leaders, innovators, and visionaries. Ignoring them, surrendering to laziness, distractions, and excuses is choosing a life dictated by others, a life of unfulfilled potential. Habits are not external, they are internal. They are the bridge between your present self and your future self. Every repeated action is a decision about the kind of person you are becoming. Think about the people you admire. Behind their achievements, there is always a pattern of disciplined habits. Behind the successful entrepreneur, the world-class athlete, the influential leader, there is a life lived with consistent, purposeful actions. They are not perfect, but they are intentional. They do not rely on occasional bursts of effort. They rely on systems, routines, and habits that compound over time. Their lives are proof that habits, more than talent or luck, determine outcomes. If you want to change your life, you must change your habits. There is no shortcut, there is no magic formula. The seeds you plant today, in the form of actions and routines, will define the harvest you reap tomorrow. You cannot delegate your habits. You cannot wish them into existence. You cannot hope for them to form without effort. They are yours, and they demand attention. If you want to become extraordinary, you must examine every habit, every routine, every choice, and ask yourself if it serves the life you want to create. The good habits are not glamorous, but they are powerful. Waking up early, eating well, moving your body, reading, learning, planning, working relentlessly while others sleep. These are small actions that, repeated daily, form unstoppable momentum. The bad habits are subtle, seductive, and often disguised as comfort, but their effect is crushing. Laziness, procrastination, distraction, self-pity, excuses, these are the quiet destroyers of potential. Your habits are the architects of your destiny. Every habit is a vote cast for the life you will lead. Every repeated choice, every action, every thought is constructing a future that either elevates you or limits you. You may not feel the impact now, but time is relentless. It does not wait. The person you are becoming is being created by what you do today. Your habits are shaping your destiny, whether you are aware of it or not. The only question is, will they build a life of greatness, or will they quietly destroy your potential? Comfort is seductive. It whispers to you in soft, quiet tones, promising ease, safety, and the illusion of satisfaction. It convinces you that staying where you are, doing what is easy, and avoiding discomfort is the smartest choice you can make. But comfort is a thief. It steals your ambition, it numbs your drive, and it quietly erodes the extraordinary potential inside you. The truth is that every time you choose comfort over challenge, you are choosing to shrink, to limit, to settle. Growth never happens in ease. Transformation never emerges from safety. Excellence is born in discomfort, forged in struggle, and sharpened in the fire of resistance. The human spirit has no memory for ease, no imprint from comfort. It remembers only effort, perseverance, and the courage to push beyond what feels safe. Think about the lives of those who achieve greatness. Every person who has risen above the ordinary has done so by stepping into discomfort, by embracing the grind, by enduring pain and rejection when everyone else was resting. They did not wait for comfort to arrive. They did not demand that life be convenient. They knew that comfort is a cage, invisible but unbreakable unless you choose to break free. Every comfortable routine, every familiar path, every habit that costs nothing and asks nothing slowly becomes a wall that separates you from your dreams. You may feel safe there, you may feel satisfied there, but the price you pay is measured in lost potential, missed opportunities, and a life that could have been extraordinary but wasn't. Comfort feels good in the moment, but its consequences are devastating over time. That extra hour spent binge watching, that decision to postpone action, that choice to stay in the background, to avoid risk, to avoid criticism, these are not harmless. They compound, they create patterns of mediocrity, chains that grow stronger with every repetition. Every time you choose the path of least resistance, you are telling your mind, your body, and your soul that you do not deserve more, that you cannot handle more, that you are satisfied with less. The problem is, deep down, you are not. Your dreams, your ambitions, your inner fire, they are restless. They are not content with comfort. And when you ignore that inner voice, when you allow comfort to dominate, the dissonance grows, manifesting as frustration, regret, and the gnawing feeling that life is slipping through your fingers. To break free, you must confront discomfort head on. You must train yourself to embrace what others avoid, to lean into what scares you, to persist when every instinct screams to quit. The body will resist, the mind will protest, the world will try to convince you that you are foolish, but this is exactly where growth begins. Strength is built in the moments you push past resistance. Confidence is forged when you prove to yourself that you can endure what you once feared. Discipline is cemented when you act consistently, not when it is convenient, not when it is easy. Comfort is the enemy of these qualities because it lulls you into inaction, sedates your ambition, and numbs your potential until you forget what you are capable of achieving. Your environment often reinforces comfort. It is easy to surround yourself with people, routines, and situations that demand nothing from you. It is easy to seek approval, to avoid conflict, to live in predictable patterns. But every moment spent avoiding challenge is a moment your potential lies dormant. Every choice to prioritize ease over effort strengthens the very chains that keep you small. You were not designed for smallness. You were not designed to drift through life with mediocrity as your companion. The human spirit, when unleashed, when tested, when pushed beyond comfort, can achieve what seems impossible. But it will never be unleashed while you cling to safety and ease. Embracing discomfort is not about recklessness. It is not about destroying your life or making foolish decisions. It is about consciously choosing growth over stagnation, action over hesitation, courage over fear. It is about creating habits that challenge you daily, forcing you to expand your limits, and conditioning your mind to see opportunity in struggle rather than danger. The more you tolerate discomfort, the more resilient you become. The more you endure resistance, the more powerful your momentum grows. Every small victory against comfort compounds, building a life of energy, achievement, and purpose. Comfort is temporary. It may soothe you for an hour, a day, or a week, but it leaves a lifetime of regret in its wake. Every dream postponed, every risk avoided, every moment of hesitation is a permanent mark on the map of your potential. You must train yourself to see comfort for what it truly is, a trap, a subtle destroyer of ambition, a silent thief of everything you could be. The path to greatness is always uncomfortable. It is always demanding. It always asks more than you feel capable of giving, and that is precisely why you must walk it. That is precisely why you must refuse comfort. That is precisely why you must embrace the struggle, the challenge, the pain, and the effort, because it is there in the tension, in the resistance, in the fire, that your potential is realized. Your potential is waiting, but it will not wait forever. Comfort will try to keep you small, safe, and satisfied, but you were designed for more. The life you dream of, the achievements you crave, the greatness inside you, all of it lies just beyond the borders of comfort. Step into it, fight for it, endure it, grow into it. Excuses are invisible chains, quietly holding you back from the life you deserve. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow, I don't have time," or "I'm not ready yet," you are surrendering to the very thing that will destroy your potential. Excuses are not harmless words. They are decisions to settle for less, choices to stay in mediocrity while the world moves past you. They feel safe in the moment because they shield you from discomfort, from risk, from failure. But what they shield you from most is growth, progress, and the fulfillment of your purpose. The life you dream of will never appear while you hide behind excuses. Every excuse is a vote cast against yourself. a conscious or unconscious agreement to limit your ability to achieve, to evolve, to dominate your reality. Excuses thrive on fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of change. They all feed excuses, giving them life. And fear is a liar. It disguises itself as wisdom, convincing you that avoiding action is smart, that hesitation is prudent, that delay is harmless. But it is not harmless, it is toxic. Each excuse you make becomes a brick in a wall, separating you from your potential. Every excuse strengthens the habit of inaction, dulls your edge, and trains your mind to accept limitations that do not exist. When you allow excuses to govern your choices, you are essentially choosing to shrink, to compromise, to drift through life as a shadow of what you could have been. Excuses rob you of time. Time is relentless, indifferent, and unstoppable. Every hour wasted justifying why you cannot act is an hour lost that you will never recover. Every opportunity missed because of hesitation, doubt, or rationalization is a wound in the story of your life that cannot be rewritten. The irony is that the things we use as excuses are almost always within our control. Lack of resources, lack of knowledge, lack of support. These are not roadblocks, they are challenges. And challenges exist to test your determination, to separate those willing to fight from those willing to wait. Excuses are the weapons of the uncommitted, the shield of the unwilling, and the chains of those who will never know what they are truly capable of. Excuses also deceive you into thinking you are justified. You create elaborate stories to explain why you can't act, why you can't grow, why you can't pursue your goals. I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I need more preparation. Each of these sounds reasonable, but they are traps. They sound smart, but they are deadly. They are comfort in disguise, lulling you into passivity while the world rewards those who act despite fear, who step forward despite uncertainty, who refuse to rationalize their way out of action. Excuses are clever. They make you feel like a victim when you are, in reality, the architect of your stagnation. The truth is, the world does not wait for excuses. Opportunity is indifferent to your justifications. Success does not inquire about your reasons for hesitation. Dreams do not accommodate your fear or your procrastination. Every successful person has faced the same challenges, the same obstacles, the same doubts. But what separates them from those who remain ordinary is the refusal to let excuses dictate their choices. They understand that excuses are not temporary setbacks. They are the slow, silent killers of progress, the invisible enemies of potential. The moment you make an excuse, you are deciding that comfort, fear, and avoidance are more important than growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Breaking free from excuses requires brutal honesty. You must confront every justification, every rationalization, every moment where fear has disguised itself as reason. You must ask yourself, am I really incapable, or am I just unwilling to act? Am I really lacking, or am I hiding behind my own limitations? Excuses thrive in the absence of accountability. When no one is watching, when no one is pushing, when no one expects, they flourish. But the moment you take responsibility, the moment you refuse to let fear dictate your actions, the moment you choose action over explanation, excuses lose their power. Action kills excuses. Consistency kills excuses. Discipline kills excuses. Every step forward, no matter how small, erodes their grip. Every challenge met, every risk taken, every moment where you refuse to rationalize your inaction builds momentum, trains your mind, and rewires your habits. Excuses cannot survive where determination exists. They cannot survive where courage is practiced daily. They cannot survive where growth is prioritized above comfort, above fear, above justification. Excuses are slow poison because they do not destroy instantly. They destroy over time, quietly, invisibly, until you look around and realize that the life you imagined is still a dream, still out of reach, while your potential withers in the shadow of what you allowed to justify inaction. Your future depends not on talent, not on luck, not on opportunity, but on your willingness to refuse excuses, to act relentlessly, to push beyond fear, to take ownership of your life. Excuses end where responsibility begins, and responsibility begins with the decision to do, to act, to persist, to refuse compromise. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in bursts, like a flame that sparks brightly and then fades into darkness. One day you feel unstoppable, ready to conquer the world, full of energy and enthusiasm. The next day, that fire is gone, replaced by fatigue, doubt, and hesitation. Relying on motivation alone is dangerous because it is unreliable. Motivation cannot carry you through the grind, the struggle, the days when nothing seems to go your way. Discipline, on the other hand, is constant. Discipline does not wait for feelings to catch up. Discipline is not affected by circumstance, emotion, or temporary enthusiasm. Discipline is the engine that moves you when motivation disappears, the force that carries you forward when the world is heavy and the excuses are loud. Discipline beats motivation because it creates consistency, and consistency is the foundation of all success. Every accomplishment, every breakthrough, every extraordinary life is the result of repeated actions taken long after motivation has faded. Motivation may give you a jumpstart, a burst of energy, but it is discipline that sustains. Discipline is showing up every day, even when you are tired, even when you are scared, even when you feel like giving up. It is waking up before the sun rises to work, to train, to learn. It is continuing when failure knocks at your door, when rejection stings, when the world seems indifferent to your effort. Motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. Motivation whispers, do it because it feels good. Discipline commands, do it because it must be done. Discipline does not negotiate, does not ask for comfort, does not wait for circumstances to be perfect. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, dreams remain dreams. Without discipline, motivation is meaningless. You can feel inspired every morning, but if you do not act, if you do not follow through, if you do not create systems to turn ideas into results, you will go nowhere. Discipline turns intention into action. Discipline builds habits, habits build momentum, and momentum builds extraordinary results. Discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It is about doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like it, even when everything in you resists. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not dramatic. It does not appear on social media or in speeches. It is quiet, often lonely and invisible, but it is unstoppable. While others wait for motivation, you act. While others make excuses, you push forward. While others drift through life hoping for inspiration, you build a system that produces results regardless of how you feel. Discipline does not ask for permission. It does not rely on approval. It is an internal command that drives action, molds character, and forges resilience. Discipline shapes who you are, even when no one is watching, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Discipline is freedom. It may sound contradictory, but the more disciplined you become, the more control you have over your life. Without discipline, you are a slave to fleeting emotions, to whims, to circumstances. Without discipline, your goals are at the mercy of how you feel, and feelings are unreliable. With discipline, you take command of your actions. You stop waiting for motivation and you stop depending on luck. Discipline creates reliability. Reliability builds trust in yourself, and trust in yourself fuels confidence, courage, and progress. Every act of discipline, no matter how small, compounds into power, momentum, and results that cannot be ignored. Discipline is learned, not inherited. It is built through action, through habit, through the daily choice to do what others avoid. It is strengthened by persistence, reinforced by resistance, and perfected by consistency. You cannot become disciplined by wishing for it. You cannot wait to feel disciplined. You cannot rely on inspiration to cultivate it. You develop discipline by practicing it every single day. In every decision, in every action, in every moment where you could take the easy path and choose instead to take the right path. The right path is often the harder path, but it is the path that produces results, the path that separates the average from the extraordinary, the path that turns dreams into reality. Discipline beats motivation because motivation is unreliable, and results require consistency. Motivation fades, excuses creep in, energy wanes, and feelings change. Discipline remains. Discipline is the silent engine that powers success when motivation disappears. It is the backbone of achievement, the foundation of progress, and the ultimate differentiator between those who reach their goals and those who drift endlessly. Motivation is a spark, discipline is fire. Discipline is unstoppable because it does not depend on conditions. It does not wait for feelings. It does not negotiate with comfort. Discipline acts, persists, and wins. Every choice you make is a declaration of who you are and who you are becoming. Every decision, no matter how small, has consequences that ripple through your life. Life is not shaped by grand gestures alone. It is shaped by the tiny, repeated choices you make when no one is watching. Choosing to get out of bed on time or hit snooze, choosing to read instead of scroll, choosing to speak the truth instead of staying silent. Choosing effort instead of ease, these are the moments that define your path. Each choice is a vote for the kind of person you want to be, and each vote compounds over time to create your reality. The sum of these choices determines your success, your happiness, your relationships, your health, and the fulfillment of your purpose. Nothing in life is neutral. Every choice moves you forward or holds you back. Every choice either strengthens your momentum or erodes it. You may think a single choice is insignificant, a missed workout, a delayed task, an avoided confrontation, but it is not. Every choice repeated becomes a habit, and every habit becomes a force that shapes the trajectory of your life. The person you will become in 5, 10, 20 years is the result of the choices you are making right now. This is the power of decision, the invisible engine behind every outcome. Success is not a mystery, it is a series of deliberate, intentional choices executed consistently over time. The danger lies in thinking that choices are optional or that the consequences of small actions are irrelevant. Ignoring this truth is what allows mediocrity to creep in unnoticed. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, distraction over focus, excuses over action, you are letting your potential slip quietly through your hands. Every moment where you defer responsibility, rationalize inaction, or let fear decide for you, you are building a life of limitation. You may not feel the impact immediately, but time compounds everything. Choices are invisible architects. They construct the life you live and the person you become, whether you are aware of it or not. Awareness is the first step toward mastering your choices. Most people move through life on autopilot, letting habit, emotion, or circumstance dictate their decisions. They wake up, act, react, and drift, unaware that every moment offers an opportunity to shape their destiny. Mastery of life begins with the mastery of choices. When you recognize the weight of each decision, when you take responsibility for every action, you reclaim control of your future. You stop being a passive observer and start being the active creator of your life. Every choice becomes intentional, every action deliberate, and every moment an opportunity to invest in yourself and your vision. Choices are not always easy. Often the right choice is uncomfortable, inconvenient, and demanding. It may require sacrifice, discipline, courage, and patience. But the hardest choices are the ones that shape greatness, choosing to work when everyone else rests, to learn when others distract themselves, to persevere when failure looms, to confront fear instead of avoiding it. These are the choices that separate ordinary people from extraordinary people. Every choice to act despite difficulty compounds into momentum that cannot be ignored. Every choice to resist the easy path strengthens character and builds resilience. Every choice to prioritize what matters over what feels good ensures that your life aligns with your highest purpose. The power of choice is also the power of accountability. You cannot blame circumstances, luck, or others for your results when you understand that you are the sum of your choices. Your wealth, health, relationships, skills, and opportunities are direct outcomes of the decisions you make consistently. Excuses may mask responsibility and comfort may delay action, but the truth remains. Your life is the product of the choices you have made and continue to make. Every choice matters because each one is a step toward or away from the life you desire. Every choice has a ripple effect. Choosing integrity influences trust. Choosing effort influences results. Choosing courage influences confidence. The smallest decisions compound into patterns. Patterns become habits. Habits create identity. And identity determines destiny. One decision to act today can transform tomorrow. One decision to refuse mediocrity can set a chain reaction of progress into motion. Every choice matters because every choice changes the trajectory of your life in ways you may not immediately see but will inevitably feel. Understanding this is liberating. It means you are never powerless. It means that no matter where you are, every decision you make moving forward carries the power to shape the life you want. Every choice matters because you are building your future with each one. You are either moving closer to your purpose, your potential, and your dreams, or you are drifting further away. There is no neutral ground. There is no pause. There is only the accumulation of choices, repeated until they become your reality. Your life is the direct reflection of your habits. Everything you have, everything you are, and everything you will become is shaped by what you do repeatedly, day after day. Change does not come from fleeting inspiration, from random effort, or from wishing for a better future. Change comes from what you practice consistently. If your life is not where you want it to be, it is because your habits have created that reality. If your dreams feel out of reach, it is because your daily actions have not aligned with them. The only way to transform your life is to transform your habits, to identify what is holding you back and replace it with what propels you forward. Every habit you carry forward either builds you or destroys you, and every habit you create today defines the person you will become tomorrow. Habits are invisible until their consequences are undeniable. They work quietly, silently, and relentlessly. One small choice repeated consistently may seem insignificant, but over time, it compounds into massive results. 1 hour of focus, one disciplined decision, one consistent action repeated daily is more powerful than 100 bursts of effort fueled by motivation alone. Conversely, one small negative habit, one recurring excuse, one pattern of avoidance repeated day after day erodes your potential until you are trapped in mediocrity. Your habits create the architecture of your life, and until you confront them, you remain powerless to change the trajectory of your future. Changing your habits requires brutal honesty. You must confront every action, every routine, every thought pattern that does not serve your highest purpose. You must identify the habits that drain your energy, waste your time, and sabotage your progress. Laziness, procrastination, distraction, unhealthy indulgence, fear of discomfort, and self-doubt, these are not harmless tendencies. They are chains that keep you small, patterns that repeat failure, and invisible forces that determine your results. Recognizing them is the first step, taking ownership is the second, and replacing them with empowering, productive, disciplined habits is the only way to create lasting transformation. Habits are formed by repetition, reinforced by consistency, and strengthened by accountability. Change does not happen overnight. It happens moment by moment, choice by choice, action by action. Every time you choose to act differently than you did before, you are rewiring your brain, reshaping your identity, and creating a new version of yourself. Every time you push past comfort, resist the urge to quit, and take the path that aligns with your purpose, you are strengthening habits that lead to extraordinary results. Transformation is not the result of occasional effort. It is the result of deliberate, repeated practice. Discipline, focus, and resilience are all habits. Courage, perseverance, and consistency are all habits. If you want a life of abundance, influence, and achievement, you must develop the habits that produce these results. You cannot wait for inspiration. You cannot rely on luck. You cannot hope that circumstances will change your life for you. You must become intentional about your habits. You must design your routines to reflect your goals, structure your days to reinforce your vision, and take responsibility for every action that either moves you closer to or further from your purpose. Habits are not optional. They are the